What set me off on this was the headline in the news. I said to you, my new logo is, "This is the Savage Nation. Give me 15 minutes and I'll give you America." The news story connected to my story about the cradle of civilization and wheat is the idiots lining up for pot in whatever that state was called, Colorado. How it went from a state of prospectors to a state of pot pressers. I don't understand. How could they go from prospectors to pot pressers in one generation? I see a line of deadbeat losers lining up like drug addicts. And I say to myself, what kind of country am I living in that so many thousands and millions of idiots think that marijuana is wonderful for their brain? Do they not understand why it's called dope? Do they not understand that the toxicants in marijuana in some ways exceed those in tobacco? I basically know I'm barking up the wrong tree, because drug addicts are never going to admit that their addiction is in any way harmful. So I don't really even want to talk about it. I also know that this week I said we've gone from the Great Society to the Hate Society in one generation. So what I want to do now is review with you some of the leading topics of the week so that you can call Mike on Open Mic Friday. On Monday of this week, on the Savage Nation, here is what we featured. I asked the guys to put together the two biggest stories of the day. Monday, I connected the Keystone Pipeline not being built to New York's new commie mayor banning horse-drawn carriages. I exposed the fact that parts made in China are being used in F-35 jets, even though it's illegal to do so, and these parts may be containing encrypted components. Tuesday, New York disability scandal amongst the NYPD and FDNY. Tuesday, I discussed the flu shot on the flu shot dangers. Wednesday, why Savage opposes amnesty for illegal aliens, a topic I have hammered since 1994. On Thursday, Christie's Bridge to Nowhere scandal. I said Obama gets away with far worse, far greater scandals by Obama. IRS gate, Benghazi gate, I can name 10 of them. But right away, the louses in the media, the empty skirts, oh, Bridgegate, Bridgegate, Bridgegate. They don't even know what happened in Benghazi. This is the best they can produce out of the Columbia School of Journalism. It's a disgrace. Nevertheless, we talked about that. And then I did an analogy of Christie's speech on the bridge and his apology, his mea culpas, I made something up on the fly called George Washington cutting down a cherry tree. So if you'd like to comment on any of that, I'm sorry, the show is closed. There's no way in. It's a closed set. The big guard is outside with the velvet rope and you can't get in. Every line is taken. Let's take some of the callers. Let's begin with Doug on KSFO. It's open mic. I don't know what they're going to say, so I may be having to hang up on them. But let's see. Doug on line 5, what's on your mind?
Dr. Savage, long-time listener, first-time caller. And by the way, congratulations on your move to Drive Time. I am so happy. I cannot even...
You know what? This is interesting because when I say open mic and no screening, I get callers like yourself who've never been able to get through. I love it. So, Doug, you say it's drive time. Now, it's true on the East Coast, it's the prime time drive time. Here on the West Coast, it's 12 to 3. So how do you listen to me? Where are you, at work or where?
I'm actually taking a 15-minute work break to call you right now, and I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, so I can definitely relate to you, Dr. Savage.
That's right. Only people east of the Mississippi understand my sense of humor.
Correct. Thank you, sir.
Or Irish and Italians living west of the Mississippi.
Italian, definitely Italian. I'm Italian as it gets, and I just
well, Cleveland's got some great history to it. There's a reason it developed on the shores of the lake.
Definitely does, and unfortunately, my family's really struggling. I won't get into all that nonsense.
No. So what brings you to call the program this Friday, Doug?
What brings me to call is basically, and I know you don't really want to talk about it so core to say, but I am in complete agreement with you. I believe what's the term you use? Doper babies, or whatever the term is.
I call them red diaper doper babies, right. The brainwashed drug addicts who are rushing as though it's the Holy Grail to inhale this medical toxin called marijuana.
Well, you're a doctor, and you know this better than I do, because I'm not a doctor. But
well, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a different kind of doctor. I have a PhD in epidemiology, human nutrition, and medical anthropology